Good morning, guys. Today we are going to begin the second chapter of physics, actually 12th chapter of your book, that is friction. In the previous chapter, we learnt about the force and the pressure. In that chapter, we learnt what is a friction in a small topic. So in this chapter, we are going to learn what is friction, what are the types of friction, what is the harmful effects of friction, what is the useful effects of friction, and how fluids are exerting friction. So many things we are going to learn in this chapter very detailedly about friction. So let us start the chapter with a question: what is friction? So if we see what is friction, friction is a force which is present in between two different surfaces of two different objects. When an object is trying to move over the other, the resistive force is created between the surfaces. That resistive force, it is called as friction. And here we are provided with two examples. The first one, we are provided with a table and a book. So first of all, we are going to move the book from left to right and then right to left. So when you are applying a force, the book just move to a distance up to the level, up to the magnitude what you applied on the book, the force what you applied on the book. Then the book come to rest position automatically. Why it is coming to rest? That is all because of the frictional force. So the frictional force is neutralizing the force what we are applying on the book. And the same way we are provided with the second example, a girl and a heavy box. Now the girl is trying to move the box from one place to the other. But since the box is very heavy, she is not able to move the box. And that means the magnitude, the intensity, the strength what she is providing over the box, what she is applying on the box, it is not sufficient to move the box, or it is not sufficient to disturb the rest position of the box. Okay, so once the box started moving, it will be very easy for us to move the box, but initially moving the box, it is very difficult, and then while moving the box also, it will be little bit difficult. So this difficultness, this resistiveness which is created by the friction. Okay, so now we are going to learn about the types of friction. We are having three types of friction: static friction, sliding friction, rolling friction, and etc. Okay, so we are going to consider the same example, the girl and the box. Okay, so now the girl is trying to move the box. So the box is not moving. Now the frictional force between the surface of the box and the surface of the floor, that is called as static friction. If suppose let us consider the box is little bit lighter or the girl is little bit stronger. Now she moved the box from the rest position. So once she moved, the box will slide over the floor. Now the floor will give the resistive force between the surface of the box and the floor. There will be a resistive force which is created between them. That resistive force, it is called as the sliding friction. Similarly, if suppose we are going to install a roller, okay, wheels, we are going to provide a wheels for the box, then it will be very easy for us to move the box. Now the friction between the roller or the wheels and the surface, it is called as the rolling friction. To understand it, we are provided with an activity. Okay, in this activity, to perform that, we need a wooden block and a hook and then a twin and then a spring balance. Okay, so using the spring balance and the hook, and we are connecting the spring balance with the wooden block. Now we are going to apply the force, that is pulling force over the spring balance to move the wooden block. So since this time the block is directly over the surface, it will be little bit harder for us to move the block. In the second case, we are going to apply a roller. So in that case, we can use pencils, even pencils as a rollers. Okay. So we are placing the pencil between the surface of the wooden block and the surface of the floor. Now if we apply the pulling force with the help of the spring balance, now it will be easy for us to move the block from one place to the other. So when the area of contact is going to be lower, then the effect of friction will be lower. When the effect of friction will be lower, the force what we need to apply to move that object from one place to other will be lower. Now, reasons for the force of friction. So in this one, to understand what is the reason behind the force friction, to analyze that, we are taking two wooden blocks. The first one we name it as A and the second one we name it as B. We are placing the wooden block A over the wooden block B, and now we are taking a magnifying glass lens and we are observing the surface between the A and B, the line which connects A and B, the surface between A and B. We are looking into it. When we are looking into it, we can observe there will be irregularities in the surface. It is very well shown in the example. The zigzag line is zoomed and it is shown in the picture. Okay, like the same, the surfaces will have irregularities. This irregularities actually acting as a what do you call that, it actually act as a hook, and it is stopping the blocks to move over or slide over one another. Okay, so this irregularities actually it is providing the friction. Okay, and next one, we are going to learn about the factors affecting the friction. We are having two kinds of factors. The first one, the force with which two surfaces are pressed together. The second one, the surface, the nature of the surface, whether it is smooth or rough surface. Depending upon that, the friction varies. Let us see the first case, that is the force with which two surfaces are pressed together. Here we are going to consider the same example, the girl with the heavy box. Okay, the girl, earlier we saw that the girl is not able to pull or push the box, or she is not able to disturb the rest position of the box. So since the box is very heavy, the girl is not able to move the box. That means the weight is creating the pressure on the surface of the floor. So the weight is acting as a binding force between the two surfaces. Okay, if suppose same box is going to be a lighter box, okay, instead of a metal box, if it is going to be a wooden box, instead of a wooden box, if it is going to be a plastic box, then the weight of the box will be considerably reduced, and the same force applied by the girl is enough now for her to move the box from one place to other. So the weight, it is the binding force. The weight is creating the pressure on the box, and the pressure is acting on the surface of the floor, and the floor and the surface of the box which is having irregularities, that irregularities started interlocking with each other, and that is providing the resistance, and that is providing the friction. Okay, you understood? If suppose if it is going to be a plastic box, it will be easy for her to move from one place to the other. So the first factor is over. The second factor, it is the nature of the surface, whether it is a smooth surface or a rough surface, how it is going to be act. So to understand that, we are going to perform an activity. We are going to take a brick, and we are going to take a plastic cover, and we are going to take a twin, and we are going to take a spring balance. So in the first case, we are going to cover the brick with a plastic, okay, thick plastic. So that thick plastic is going to provide a smooth surface over the brick. Now we are tying the brick with the twin and then connecting the twin with the spring balance, and we are applying a pulling force with the help of the spring balance. When we are applying the when we are applying the force through the spring balance, now the brick will started moving. Now we have to note the reading in the spring balance, because the spring balance is provided with the scale, graduated scale, along with the indicator. Whatever force we are applying, it will be indicated in that scale. We have to jot it down, we have to note it down. And in the second case, now we are going to remove the plastic cover. We are going to place the brick nakedly over the surface, and we are going to pull in the same manner. Now you will feel little bit harder because the brick is having the rougher surface. Okay, and we have to note the reading one more time. And the third condition is we are going to cover the brick with jute cloth. Okay, when we are covering the brick with a jute cloth from the gunny bag, it will be difficult, even more difficult for us to move the brick from that place to the other. So when the surface of the object is getting rougher, then the friction between the surface of that object and the floor or the other object where it is placed will be higher. Okay, so if suppose you are going to consider the reading of the three cases, the last case will have the highest reading. That means you have to apply more force to pull the brick from that place. And the next one, it is the harmful effects of friction. If we take the harmful effects of friction, we are having three or four harmful effects. The first one, it will reduce the speed. Suppose a vehicle is moving at a speed, okay, the vehicle is running with the the vehicle is having the contact with the metal road with through its tires. Okay, so the tire is providing the friction. So when the tire is having friction with the metal roads, then the vehicle will try to stop. So if we want to keep up the speed, we have to keep on spending the energy. Okay, so this friction will reduce the speed. We need lot of energy consumption, all because of the friction. And the next one, it is the heating effect. Okay, if you take the machineries were provided with the cooling systems. Why it is provided with cooling system? Because when the machinery started functioning, there it will create heat, all because of the friction between the metals. Okay, the mechanical, the principal activities, because of the principal activities, the movement, the friction will create the heat energy. So it will generate heat energy. And the next one, wearing out. So to understand this wearing out, we can take our shoes and tires to understand it in a much better manner. So after buying a new shoe or after buying a new tire, after a few months of period, the grip of that tire or the grip which is present in the sole of the shoes will be weared off after walking or after riding thousands of kilometers. That is all because of friction. The friction, it is wearing out the material from the tire and the sole of the shoes. You understand? And then even the metallic parts of the machine also started wearing. Okay, that is why we need lubrication in it, otherwise metal will also wear out. Okay, these are the harmful effects. To understand it in a simple manner, we are having activity 2. For to perform that activity, we need eraser, a common writing paper, a cardboard paper, and a sandpaper. First condition, we are going to use the rubber over the normal writing paper. We are going to erase it. We are going to rub it. And then we are going to proceed the same procedure over the cardboard and then the sandpaper. If we consider which one is having the higher level of abrasion, the sandpaper will have higher level of abrasion because of its rougher surface. Okay, so when the surface is going to be very rough, then friction will be very high. Thank you class, that's it, today's class is over.